Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. We can take the questions now. Sure, who wants to go?
Oh, yes, okay. How can we reconcile with the apparent dualities in the world with the non-dualistic view of Brahma?
Yeah. So Krishna says in Gita, as soon as he started speaking the teachings of Gita, the verse 14 of second chapter, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkadaha, meaning that we are in touch with matter. We, who we are truly, that entity, let's for now call that as Atma, it's in touch with matter. Right? Now, because of that touch with the matter, we are going to get affected by the qualities of matter. Yeah. So, Atma is non-dual, but it's in touch, sparsha, with something which is dual. Matter is dual by default. There is creation, there is destruction, there is heat, there is cold, there is happiness, there is distress. A situation outside in the material realm of existence is dual by default. Now, if I put myself into duality, then I get affected by duality. It is like, let's say you are in Netherlands. Let's say you go to Sahara Desert. Now, if you go to Sahara Desert, you will be affected by the weather of Sahara Desert. You can't tell that, oh, I'm from Netherlands, I want to get Dutch weather in Sahara Desert. You won't get it. Right? Whatever is the weather of Sahara Desert, that's what you're going to get. So now you have gone there. So it means you just need to then tolerate. Right? You can't really expect that weather to change. It will never change. It will be how it is. So similarly, now that we are in touch with matter, I can't change the way matter behave. So there will be beginning, there will be an end. All of us will die one day, for sure. No matter whatever you do in your life, we all will die one day. For sure we will die, because we are now put ourselves into the material realm. Bodies die, of course. I don't die. The bodies will die. Body is dying right now. My body is dying right now. We don't realize it because we live with this understanding, I'm going to live. Right? Nobody really thinks about, oh, this, all of this will come to an end one day. Not might come to an end. It will come to an end one day. But nobody lives like that. So we live with this feeling that I am this body and I want to live in this body forever. That is not going to happen. There will be an end to this body. Yeah. So, but having said that, who I am, truly Atma, that never dies. That just carries on to the next life and next life and next life. So the whole goal of then human life is how we live this life so that I get connected to my eternal nature, right? Which you referred as Brahman. Right? That's something which is eternity. Brahman means it means eternity. It's forever. Right? There is no end. There is no beginning. That's Brahman. It's Sat, means eternal. Brahman is eternal, and you are eternal. When we say Aham Brahmasmi, means I am an eternal entity. And I don't live the life of this body. That's not the only thing. It's much behind it and much after it for eternity. There is no beginning, no end. Right? So the goal of human life is then to understand, yes, I need to live this life. I need to tolerate this life. I need to accept this life. At the same time, I need to put some efforts in connecting myself with my eternal nature.
Yeah.
Is it making sense?
Yeah, so the non-dualistic.
The non-dualistic, yeah. So that's Brahman, yeah. So that's the goal of life. And your question was how we do it.
Yes, that's the thing.
So we need to start with something small. I usually tell like a few examples which you might have seen across or you might have done yourself. Have you ever been to a gym? Have you been to a gym? You have been to a gym. When you go to a gym, you start small, right? Just a few kilograms, 1 kilogram, maybe 2 kilograms. You start weightlifting. You don't start with like 50 kilos. I'll start like 50 kilos, not dumbbell. No, your muscles will break. So start small. On a daily basis, you can have, when you get up in the morning, just before you go to bed, or anytime in between, you can just make like a small episode of spirituality. 5 minutes of pranayama is conscious breathing, which can help you to come to a stable mind right away. This is scientifically proven. If you just breathe consciously, your mind immediately it gets to a calmer space. The reason is, of course, there is scientific reason why it is, because when you inhale enough oxygen and when you start focusing on your just the simplest aspect of breathing, then your heart rate variability, your blood pressure, all physiological vitals start becoming normal. Yeah? And then you automatically feel calmer. And then in that consciousness, you can start chanting Hare Krishna mantra as a mantra meditation for 5 minutes. Then study Gita a little bit. So just have like a small episode of spirituality in your life. 10-15 minutes boxed. And then see if you can do it in the morning, right after getting up and just before sleeping. Yeah. So if you can do it 15 minutes, then what happens is whole day you are living your life, so many things are going on, But then because you are having this solid foundation to your life, you will start experiencing, oh, I can deal with these situations better. You will see it for yourself. We don't need to just hypothesize about it. You need to practice it. Yeah, it's like just like going to gym. If you just keep going every day, your muscles are improving. You don't need like a book to prove you that. Right? You can see, oh yeah, my muscles are stronger now. Right? Something like eating. You eat in the morning, you eat lunch, you eat dinner, so that your body is nourished full day. This practice also should be like that. So eating is only for the body, but then this spiritual practice is for you, your Atma. Right? So just like you eat in the morning, but then it can sustain you until lunch, you get hungry again, you eat again, and then evening you eat again, but that's sustaining your life. Similarly, the spiritual practices should also sustain your life. And that's how you can start connecting with your eternity. Yeah. So it has to become a spiritual practice.
Spiritual journey.
It's a journey. You need to start. And then eventually, when you're very comfortable with 5 minutes, just like you're comfortable with 1 kilos, you go to 2 kilos. Right? So when you're comfortable with 555, make it 666. Just 1 minute extra. Yeah. So in the place of 15 minutes becomes 18 minutes then. And do it for a month maybe. And you're really comfortable with 18 minutes or 666, make it 777. Yeah. So slowly you're building up. You're building your spiritual muscles. And that's how you will eventually connect yourself. Yeah.
And then if you practice yoga,
Yeah.
Is there anything else than these kind of practices which you can do?
Yeah, so these are the most important ones. Yeah, everything else need to be then put in perspective. Of course, you can do sports, you can do swimming, whatever, just to make sure your body is healthy. You need to eat good food. You need to have right people surrounding you, right friends and right association, and so everything else is there. But this is what defines you. This is what eventually will take you further to the next step in your journey.
And then, and how do you then cope with this dualism?
Yeah, so you will start learning how to cope with dualities.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not just a theory. You need to practice. Yeah, it is not that just by some, watching some videos or take the example of swimming. Can anybody learn swimming by watching YouTube videos? I watched like 20 hours of reels on swimming. Yeah, it's difficult or impossible? That I just kept watching how to swim. I have watched 200 hours of video. Will I know how to swim? And somebody puts me in the water then. Will I know? It's just impossible, right? You need to start getting into the water and slowly learning yourself. If you just keep watching about it, you will never learn swimming. It's just impossible, right? Someone just keeps watching. It doesn't work out. So you need to start doing it. Yeah. So start with practice. That's why it's called as practice, abhyasa, sadhana. It's called as practice. You need to do it every day. Then this practice will empower you to handle the duality.
Okay.
Yeah? It's okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Good. Yes.
So in last class, I think we studied about when Arjuna asked Krishna, when Krishna told him you need to control your senses, and then Arjuna said that controlling senses is quite difficult. So how should I do it?
Yes.
And then Krishna answered like you should always do whatever you want to do as a sacrifice to me. So maybe you can elaborate like how can you do any work considering as a sacrifice to whatever you are doing, you're considering Krishna as part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah. So sacrifice perhaps is a bit technical term. Let's make it practical. Yeah. So for example, you are cooking. Do you cook, Gayatri?
Yes.
Do you cook? Do you cook, John? Yeah. You're cooking, let's say. What are you cooking? Let's just take the simplest example. You are making some potato curry. Simplest thing. Yeah. Why are you doing it?
Because your body needs it.
Your body needs it. You get hungry. You need to eat, right? So, what is the purpose behind cooking? To feed yourself, right? Now, if I only think about I get hungry, I have bought potatoes, I have gas flames, I have vessels, and I have spices, I have water, I'll just use all of them and cook. Yeah, because my body needs it. This is one way of operating, right? And that's how most of us operate. You agree? Let's just keep thinking that it's all for me and mine. It's for my purpose. Now you can change that by thinking that water I did not produce. The potatoes, I am not the, of course I bought it with money, but I am not the creator of potato, right? Some plant actually gave. That plant has been hurt. You agree? Because the potato was taken out of. The plant has been hurt. Someone else has transported it from somewhere to somewhere. All that I did is going and giving money and then buying it. I don't create the fire. Is there as an element. I just use the elements which are there to create the fire. Yeah, I'm not the cause of water. I'm not the cause of any minerals from which this vessel has been made. Yeah, not the cause of potato. Nothing is something which I am creating, in which I am the cause. I only give some money and buy it, right? So a natural tendency of a person who is sensible, yeah, if you are a sensible person, imagine you had to now ask for it, yeah, water, that you have to go to the reservoir of water and you have to ask, can I please get some water? And then they give you water. Yeah. How would you feel in your heart?
It is a tough process. I'll be grateful.
You will be grateful, right? That's very good, right? It's a very sensitive, any sensitive person, you'll be grateful that, yeah, I got water from this person, right? And you have to go and ask for fire from the fire. Then you got fire, right? And then you went and asked for that plant, give me some potatoes, please. And then you got potatoes, right? You will be grateful, isn't it? It's just normal. But unfortunately, we don't live like that. We don't live in gratitude. Now it's humanly impossible to go and find that plant of the potato and then go and thank you so much, you give me potatoes. It's just not possible. So then what we do is we offer this, whatever we are doing, as an act of gratitude to Krishna, as the source of everything, the source of water, source of fire, the source of that potato, right? So if then we show our gratitude, right? And when you live like that, that's how you be Krishna conscious. We need to live a life of gratitude. And when we act in that way, that I am living in gratitude, of course I gave some money, but then money is not equal to, let's say there is no food, you have €1,000,000. You can't eat that money, right? You need something else. So, of course, with money we can buy commodities, but that doesn't mean that I own it or I am the cause of it. I need to be grateful, right?
To be grateful that
Whatever you are doing, even the breathing, I'm breathing. I didn't create this air. Yeah. So my My life needs to be a life of gratitude.
See, cooking is a very simple example.
Yes.
Kind of explains everything to me.
Yeah.
But let's say if I do something wrong, after some time I feel bad. Okay,
Mhm.
I did something, but within that particular time span, I
Yeah.
wasn't in my senses, or I did something bad.
Yep.
So, am I the cause of it that keeps, or is it because it was bound to happen and it happened?
Yeah. So if we do something wrong ourselves, so you know that you have done something wrong.
Wrong in the sense, like for example, me and Gayatri had a conversation. I don't agree with her. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, I might have
Slapped her.
no physical violence, please.
No, nothing happened.
But I might have raised my voice, or you might
Yeah.
have raised your voice. So
Yes.
within that particular time period, we weren't ourselves.
Yeah.
After some time, we feel guilty, right? Oh,
Yeah.
why? Because of this,
Yes.
we fought, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So was I the cause of?
Yeah. So anything wrong which we do, we should take full responsibility. And I am the one who, because of which things got messed up. Because we always can use higher intellect to make sure that I am not creating a mess to myself or the others. So anything I'm doing wrong, I should take full responsibility of it. Small, big, doesn't matter, right? And it's okay. You can just be honest about it. Yeah, fine. You can go to Gayatri and tell, I'm sorry. You know, this was a mistake from my side. I apologize for it, and please forgive me. It's up to her if she wants to forgive or not. But at least you have done your part, right? So you should be able to accept that. Yes, I was wrong. It's fine, right? And it's fine to make a mistake. We should be able to accept it and then correct ourselves and move on. Yeah. So make sure that we don't do the same mistake again. We can do some other mistake, but not the same one. Yeah. So because we need to learn from what we have done, how we have done. Yeah. So, but do you understand now what's the meaning of offering things to Krishna? Right? It's in the feeling of gratitude. We need to live a life of gratitude. That's the meaning of human life. See, a tiger cannot think like this. A lion cannot think like this. All it can think is, oh, I'm hungry. I need to, here is my prey. I need to jump on it, devour it, and I move on. Right? A tiger doesn't think that, oh, this deer has a family, it has a baby also, maybe parents also, or friends also, and oh, I'm hurting them. A tiger will not think. I'm hungry. Here is my prey. I jump. I eat. I go. That's it. I am not a tiger. I can't operate like this. I am hungry. I go. I eat my bread and I move on. No. Right? I need to be able to think through, and in the most realistic sense, because I can't go and start thanking everybody. I'm grateful towards Krishna, of course, also grateful towards plant, grateful towards the farmer, grateful towards the air, the water, everything what I'm consuming. Then as an act of gratitude, I offer it to Krishna. And then it becomes practical then. Okay? Good. Thank you. John, you wanted to talk about the chariot?
Yeah. And aspects of awareness, consciousness, and intelligence. It's not the same, but in some respects it is the same.
Yeah.
And maybe these are on the chariot.
Yes.
And also body consciousness. How does it relate to plane or intelligence? Plane intelligence, body consciousness has maybe something to do also with wisdom. And then the Krishna consciousness. Maybe that encompasses eternity and all.
Yes.
And then also Vishnu has a place.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah. So Vishnu means all pervasive, the supreme divinity who is present everywhere. It has a root word in Sanskrit called as Vishya. Vishya means that which is there everywhere, one who is there everywhere. So the supremely auspicious personal form of this all pervasiveness is Vishnu, and the supremely attractive form of that is Krishna, right? So it is not from the perspective that somebody went and found, oh, here is Gayatri, that's God. Oh, Gayatri also has one more. Oh, this is also same. It's different. It's not like this, right? So to begin with, Vishnu is there everywhere. Yeah. And that's the meaning of Vishnu, one who is there everywhere. Everywhere. Inside the smallest particle of whatever you pick. This floor. If you start zooming in, eventually you will hit atoms, subatomic particles, whatever is eventually, maybe after 50 years, 30, whatever, 300 years, they may come up with, oh, there is some other fundamental particles of matter. Right? In the beginning, they thought molecules are the foundational. And they thought, no, atom is the foundation. Subatomic particles are the foundation. Maybe eventually they will break it up and, oh, wow, there is further things here. But it doesn't matter however deep you go, the energy which is there in these particles is from Vishnu, right? Is a binding force in the whole creation. That's Vishnu. Now, it's not just the energy, there is also a personal form, right? Simultaneously existing and simultaneously can manifest anywhere. That's Vishnu. The most attractive form of that is Krishna. Now, being Krishna conscious means you just understand reality of it, right? Like I am existing right now, I am being sustained by everything surrounding me. I need a shelter to exist, and this amazing universe is providing me the shelter so that I can exist. So you start with that. Now this chariot example you're referring to, it's from Kathopanishad, it's one of the Upanishads. And it tells that just like in the chariot, imagine there are 5 horses compared to the 5 senses. And the horses are tied with reins, and that's the mind. And the buddhi is the chariot driver, is holding all the reins. And the body of the chariot is compared to the body which we possess. And the Atma is the person who is traveling in the chariot. Now, that's an analogy. It's a good analogy. Why? Because we can understand that the senses are also really super powerful, like the horses. And there has to be a way in which you control the senses. And buddhi controls this or can control these horses through mind. The senses are attached to the mind. The mind processes. And the buddhi should be able to hold it all, then pull. If buddhi is not strong enough, it will not be able to pull. So is buddhi intelligence? It's a bit higher than intelligence. Right? Going back to the tiger example, a tiger can jump on the deer and then eat the deer. You might have seen in National Geographic or other TV channels or YouTube channels that they actually plan for it. Oh, here is my prey. I need to be very silent for some time. Let them come nearby as much as possible. When they are in the reach, that's when I jump. Right? They're planning for it. That's intelligence. But that intelligence is limited intelligence. That intelligence is only, they can only plan about eating, sleeping, mating, and defending themselves. This is where their intelligence, okay, is the end of it. They can't really plan beyond it. So 4 basic instincts of life: eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. So every species can plan about this. A human can use the intellectual ability to the next level. You can reason your own activity. Oh, I just jumped on a deer and then ate. Tiger will never think, is this right or wrong? Should I do this or not? It can't reason its own activity. So buddhi can help you to reason your own decisions. your own choices. Is this right or wrong? How do I choose? What should I choose? That's buddhi, right? So it is wisdom. You can tell that, yeah, it's wisdom, a level higher than the intelligence. You're able to rationalize, intellectually choose something beyond your own mind, what it is telling. So eventually that consciousness, whatever we are living with, needs to be upgraded, wherein buddhi is the guiding force for life. It's not the senses, it's not the mind, but buddhi is leading. Every single choice we are making is extremely logical and rational and having a sound spiritual base. And eventually that buddhi needs to be connected with Krishna, and that's called as buddhi yoga or Krishna consciousness. You always live conscious of Krishna. Buddhi is linked to Krishna. That is called as buddhi yoga. You are associating your buddhi with Krishna. Yoga means union. Right? So when buddhi is driven by Krishna, then you understand, then yeah, you operate in a different realm of existence, because you are not doing anything for any selfish motives anymore. That's not the purpose of your life, that you just want to live for the sake of your own enjoyment. You raise above from that platform. Raise above from the platform of, oh, I'll just do it for the sake of me getting something back. Right? So now the next question could be, oh, how do I do it? It's the same answer. We need to start small. Start doing, start practicing it, live a spiritual life, and then eventually you will see that, yeah, this is a possibility. I can live like this.
Can you explain again that the Vishnu is everywhere,
Yes.
all pervasive, and how it relates to the Krishna?
Yeah, so Krishna means all attractive. Yeah, attractive. Sarvam akarshayati. He's attractive. He attracts the heart. So if you think about it, in general, what our heart gets attracted to in general is that which is beautiful, that which is powerful, that which is really strong, or extremely wealthy, or really famous. This is where our heart sort of naturally gets attracted, right? Like somebody who is really beautiful, somebody who is really wealthy or intelligent, or extremely capable, or whatever. So these attributes sort of our heart naturally gets attracted towards it. So Krishna means this person has any of these attributes which makes us feel, wow, this is nice, to the full. Yeah? Like supremely beautiful, supremely strong, supremely renunciate. He's totally detached. Yeah. Gayatri can cook going back to the potato curry. Gayatri can make a potato curry and get attached to it. Wow, I just made such an amazing potato curry.
And is the Atman connected to
Yes.
this and to Vishnu?
Yes. It's a insignificant part of Vishnu. Yeah, it's just an infinitesimal part. But just because I'm the part doesn't mean that the other is imperfect, without me. It's still perfect. It's like infinity. There is this mantra in Ishopanishad.
Drop in the ocean.
It's a drop in the ocean, but the understanding is that the drop in the ocean, if you take out, there is still quantitative. The ocean is one drop less still, right? But when we talk of infinity, infinity minus whatever is still infinity, right? So that is just mathematics, how it works. So Krishna is infinite and I am just insignificant part of it. But because I am the part doesn't mean that without me Krishna is not perfect. Krishna is still perfect. Yeah.
And, how does this all relate to the existent and the non-existent? One could say that the chariot and the connections from above to the chariot
Yeah.
are in existence.
So Atma is the one who needs to be in touch with Paramatma to feel happy. Paramatma is supreme conscious. Atma is conscious, like I'm conscious of my body, right? If I touch it, pinch, whatever, I feel it. Now this is what my consciousness is. My consciousness is limited to this existence. Paramatma, by definition, is conscious of everything. Yeah, Parama means supreme. It's supremely conscious. Yeah.
Would be Krishna?
It is yes. The problem which is coming to you, John, is that your thinking is from the perspective of, oh, there are two different persons. Who is the one? It's not like that. It's from the perspective that they're both same. There is no difference. It's just the aspect of it, that which is all pervasive is Vishnu. Same entity having an all attractive form simultaneously is Krishna. There is no difference. Yeah. We can't really fully understand it. This is called as achintya because we are right now conditioned by duality, and we are talking of that entity who is beyond duality. So while I'm under the duality, I can't really fully understand how non-dual substance is operating. Yeah. If someone is within the box, we always think like, oh, think outside the box. But if you're within the box, how will you think outside the box? Just there is no way. If I'm sitting in the room, this is all I can think of, right? I can't think outside because my frame of reference is here, right? So I'm under the subject matter of duality right now. I need to really uplift myself and transcend this plane of existence to understand what's there out there, outside the realm of duality. Otherwise, people can keep thinking, who is supreme? Shiva is supreme, Vishnu is supreme, Krishna is supreme. Who is it? What is it? But these are the matter which are beyond. This is not in the purview of duality. Because of duality, I think like this. Oh, somebody is high. Because here we always think about who is richer. $1 million is richer, $1 billion is richer, $100 billion is rich. Right? We always keep comparing. We always keep ourselves in a way that there is something high and higher and highest. Right? We always have these demarcations, but in non-dual substance, that's not there. Right? I can't really distinguish. Oh, this is higher. Oh, this must be even highest. It's not like that. Yeah.
So what I understand is that one of these forms of consciousness encloses the other forms. And then
Yeah, that's Vishnu. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the meaning of Vishnu.
Yeah.
The supreme conscious. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I can keep on asking, but maybe it's better to stop.
Sure, no problem.
I would,
Yes,
I would
go back.
also
Yeah.
ask if Krishna is like the incarnation of the Supreme and embodies the dualism and the non-dualism simultaneously, how can this paradox be resolved in the light of the Gita's teachings? Also, with the fundamental nature of the divine and the paradox, the non-dualistic existence in a dualistic form.
Yeah. So Krishna tells in Gita, 4th chapter, we'll be studying it in after a couple of modules. Krishna tells, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. That Krishna's birth and activities, Janma and Karma, are divya. My birth and activities are not Divya.
It's personal, right?
Yes,
Personal
yours
activities.
also not Divya. You didn't choose your parents, right? That these look better. I should be there. I will choose these people as my parents. You didn't do this. You were born, right? You can't really do anything about it. This is where the place and the parents, and it's all given to you by our own karma. Yeah? In the past, whatever you have done, accordingly, you have got the present. For Krishna, it's not like that. He's not forced to take birth in some way or some place. He chooses, and that's the meaning of avatar. Avatarati iti avataraha. One who descends with his own free will, his own choice, is called as avatar. Mine is not avatar, yours is not avatar. We are under the law of karma. We are being pushed through the law of karma. Yeah.
Okay.
So Krishna chooses to come. And Krishna, and we are going to study this, right? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. To establish dharma, right? Rama comes, Krishna comes, right? Every single avatar is having a purpose. I want to establish dharma here. People need to be on the path of dharma. So to establish that, the avatar comes, right? So that's first understanding. So there is someone who is above and beyond duality, who is choosing to come in this existence. That is the meaning of avatar. Now, when Krishna comes here, even though he is here, doesn't mean that his body is like my body. Right? So my body is filled with bones and blood and nerves and veins, and right. Krishna's body is not made like this. He is still made of non-dual substance, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Right? That's what Krishna's body is made of.
Yes.
Yeah. And your body is also made of that, but not this body, but who you are truly, Atma. That is also made of Sat, Chit, Ananda. So qualitatively, it's the same.
So there we connect. There we connect.
Qualitatively,
And
in
then-
quality. Quantity is different, right? I am just infinitesimal. I'm small, insignificant. And Krishna is infinite. Yeah.
Okay.
So when Krishna comes here, he performs his leela like human. Right? So Krishna also says that in Gita, avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumashritah param bhavam ajananto. Right? Then when Krishna comes here and he's performing like human, when Ram comes here, he's living like human, but they're not living human life, they're living like humans. Right? Narasimha comes, he's like very different. He was just there. He came, fought with Hiranyakashipu and killed him, and then went back. He came from a pillar. It is not that there is some magic happened and Narasimha appeared from some pillar. No, he is there everywhere already, and that is the meaning of Vishnu. If you are really having this vision, for you also, Vishnu can appear from this wall. He appeared for Prahlad. He will appear for you also. Yeah, it is not just, oh, there is some story, some god came from a pillar. No, he is there everywhere already. We don't have the eyes to perceive it.
So that's why we cannot see the
We can't see it. Yes.
The new, so
Yes.
we have to accept it's all around
You
us.
don't need to accept. You can start being an inquisitive person and start seeking it.
Seeking the non-dualistic.
Yes, you need to seek.
Which
right?
which
is there within.
Within.
Yes.
The Atma.
Also outside. Yeah. So you need to be a seeker. The whole goal of Vedic life is to make you a seeker, not just an accepting person. Oh, okay, I'll just accept. No, you need to seek. Athato Brahma Jijnasat. You need to become Jijnasu, highly inquisitive about who you are, who is Krishna. You need to really seek it. Yeah.
And then you can understand this.
And you will eventually understand.
Okay.
But it has to be a practice associated with it. Okay? Good. Yes.
From the question, sometimes I think you said Brahmasmith. Maybe you can elaborate.
Yeah, so Brahma Brahma, the word is contextual. It depends on which context you're using. There is also a Devta called as Brahma. Brahma also means knowledge. Brahman is the eternity which is existing, the Sat aspect of the Supreme. So when we say Aham Brahmasmi, it is from the perspective that I am eternal. Yeah, not that I am that Devta Brahma. I am not. That Devta Brahma is Devta Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi, when we say the contextual understanding is you are eternal. You are not this body. That's the meaning. Body is temporary. Everybody understands that.
Basically, it means you're not the mind, you're not the body.
You're not the body. You're not the mind. You're beyond and above matter. Yeah, you're eternal person. That's the meaning of aham. Aham means I. I am eternal. You see, the Vedic knowledge begins with yourself. It does not begin with God. Because the only reality for you is yourself. Everything else is a perception. Here, right now, you're sitting here. This whole thing, you're perceiving through your eyes. It's just a perception. Right? The reality is you exist. Yeah, that's the reality. You exist. You're conscious. That's the reality. Everything else is built on it. So the question then should start from yourself. It cannot start from what you perceive or what you can't perceive. Yeah. Some time ago I discussed about this. There's a small sphere in which you know what you know. Right? You do IT, you know a few of IT related subject matters. You also know what you don't know. Right? Like for example, you don't know neurosurgery. Right? You don't know, right? If I tell you, please come and do a counseling for someone on psychology, or you perform a brain surgery, no, sorry, I don't know this, right? So you know what you know. You don't know. Sorry, you know what you don't know. The biggest sphere, which is infinite sphere, is you don't even know what you don't know. Right?
Repeat the last statement.
You don't know what you don't know. Yeah, you know what you know, you know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know, which is like, it is a whole infinite thing. How can you start questioning from there? It's impossible. So you need to start questioning from what you know. You exist. So start from there.
If you start from what you know,
Mm-hmm.
like you might know we have suffering, right?
Yeah.
Based on our past lives, but it's like it's a paradox if in like what I think is God's plan from the divine to have this beautiful world. So why do we have this all this teaching of karma and the cycle of life and death, and then God's plan for us? So why is that?
God has no plan for you.
No, not personal me, but
Not for anyone.
No, I mean for the world.
God has no plan for anyone's suffering.
Not,
Not anyone's enjoyment also. We're all choosing. Krishna tells in Gita 5th chapter very clearly, I have nothing to do with anyone's karma. Nothing.
okay.
Absolutely nothing. Everybody chooses themselves and they suffer or enjoy. Yeah?
But why do we suffer and enjoy?
Because you're choosing.
But
It makes sense, right? If God is the one who is putting people into suffering,
yeah,
I don't like this kind of God.
right. That's the.
I really don't like this kind of God.
Yeah, that's the.
It
point.
really doesn't make sense to me. There is a God who puts people into suffering. Why should he? Right?
Yes.
Doesn't make sense. If it's all random, also doesn't make sense to me. What makes sense to me is that you choose because of your own karma, you're suffering or enjoying. That makes sense to me. That I am the one because of whom I am suffering or enjoying. It makes sense to me. But somebody else might tell, no. For me, it makes sense that God is putting, yeah, okay, fine, no problem. You can think like that. I can't accept this.
But He is the Almighty power.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he is doing everyone else's suffering and enjoyment. He's not doing it. It doesn't make sense. If God is doing it, it doesn't make sense at all. Why should he do it?
But people pray, right?
Yeah, because they are
For-
unfortunately they are not in knowledge.
So they pray to have a better life,
Unfortunately, not in knowledge.
and they do that, but it's not God's plan because you choose yourself with your
Yes,
karma.
yes.
So like most majority people go to the mandir
Yeah.
to pray for something, for better maybe
Yes.
life.
Unfortunately, lower intelligence. What to do?
What to do?
Unfortunate. So you need to improve. That is not Vedic life.
So what
You need to be a seeker. That's Vedic life.
so what can we, how can we help these people?
Please start telling them that they're not these bodies. They need to be really spiritual.
Hmm.
Just asking, oh, I want this, I want that, better wife, better husband, better children, better car, better house. Where is the end?
It's all actually material. So
Everything is material,
that's,
right?
yeah.
Where is the end? One day they will die asking all these things. And human life is waste then. That's why it's telling, first start being an inquisitive person. Athato Brahma Jijnasat. Develop jijnasa, inquisitiveness about figuring out who you are.
But
Life is not meant for just going and praying, I want a better car. That's not life.
no, of course not. No.
Yeah, it is not about anything material going. It really doesn't matter if you just keep going and ask, oh, I want a car, I want a car, I want a car. Why? Yeah, I'm just making it up. But people could be asking for whatever. My point is, that's not human life. A human life starts when you become inquisitive. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kamasya nendriya pritir labho jiveta yavata jivasya tattva jijnasa nartho yascheha karma bhihi. That this entire, whatever activities you are doing, doesn't matter. Unless jivasya tattva jijnasa, there is a tattva jijnasa, there is an inquisitiveness, heavy desire. I really want to understand who I am.
Hmm. Yes.
Nartho yascheha karma bhihi. You do whatever you want, na artha. There is no meaning. It's just waste of time. It is really a waste of time. And eventually a person dies and there's such a waste of life.
But they're hoping to find that the Almighty, who is the Almighty.
Yeah, but then you are basically offloading the entire burden on something which you have no idea about, right? People just want to just put the burden on someone else's shoulder. I don't want to become spiritual myself. I just throw it all on, whether it's Shiva or Krishna or Ganesh or whoever, on their shoulder. Let them do something about it in doing something for me. That's not human life. You need to be really start becoming inquisitive. That's Vedic life. Yeah. When that's the foundation of life, everything else becomes sensible then. I'm sorry for it. Maybe it's confronting that, oh my God,
I
really.
see all these people going to the mandir
It's okay, it's fine.
praying and
Yeah,
asking
that's
something
okay. They are,
for any
people are
God.
in less conscious, that's okay. But we need to be at least, let us start building it from where the Vedic knowledge begins. It does not begin with praying or asking for things, starting from inquisitiveness about yourself. You need to become jijnasu. Jijnasu is jnatum ichha. You have sincere desire to know more,
Yes.
to ask about yourself. Who am I? Yeah.
And so if people, I see almost mom, also my mother, giving almost all salary to the mandir. But how does that, because
That's good for doing charity is fine,
charity,
right?
but
Eventually one needs to start, say, if somebody doesn't have any brain to think at all, yeah, okay, fine, they can also then do things, but you are not like that, right? You need to now be an intelligent person.
yes, of course, but I would just,
But you can't really change everyone else's lives, guys.
I can't, but
It's okay, which is fine.
okay.
Let's come to terms with it. I changed my life. Yeah. Gandhi said it. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
We need to be the change.
Hmm.
I can't expect, oh, I'll change everyone else. Where is my change? I need to focus on that. Let's be the change we want to see in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, slowly, things will function. Okay?
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
One last. Chris J,
No question.
no questions. For you? No? Good. Let's end then. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.